What's up? This is Big Will Smith. Hey, check this out, man. This is your boy Control.
Hi, this is Madonna.
What up? This is Fiasco. Yo, what up? Shit, boy, let's go. 36 Poppy. This is Kings of Leon. Hi, this is Lionel Richie.
Hi, it's Christine Ronaldo.
Hey, what's up? This is JC.
Hello, this is Brandon Boyd from Best This
This is DJ Call for the Grandmaster Flash.
This is Felicia with our chili peppers. Hi, this is Erik.
Alright, let's get down. What's up? This is Pro J.
Now, me?
Electric TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Electric TV and radio. You are listening to Electric TV radio.
All right, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbeta TV Radio. My name is Adafi Matthew. So you're going to love to come in Elegbeta One Sports. It's a wonderful day. It's a Friday edition of the show. Free for all. Anything goes. That's what we call it. I got a guest in the studio. Not a usual football-like kind of guest. I don't even know how to bring him on the show, but later on the show, you would have him. I will be there. So if you're listening on www.elegotatv.com/radio, I bet you would have to hear his voice. I'm not sure I will have him on the live stream, but we definitely would have him later. It's gonna be on the show later. It's gonna be on the YouTube channel later. That's after Siko must have done his job. My producer Siko is in the building today. Our Oyibo, our creative director, is in the building as well, having fun, playing game. This guy is the game king. And talking about game, they say if you're going to the World Cup, those of you who normally when you travel, part of your travel ambition is that you take score. Oh, I've slept with women in this country, I slept with women. Please don't go and do it in Qatar. Now 7 years imprisonment. There is no, in Qatar, there is no sex outside of marriage. I'm just telling you, this is me. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. I mean, this one you don't go armed, you go for jail. So just respect yourself, behave well. If not, Qatar people will put you for jail. And then there's another flip side. If the person you can go sleep with is not Qatarian, that one be say they cut your head off. So just respect yourself. You're going to this World Cup, go to the World Cup, watch football and come back. Do content and come back for content people. Do whatever you want to do, but erase sex from your head. That's the law there. This is a different World Cup. For the very first time since 1930, this is the first World Cup that have no sex as part of the condition for coming. In short, they say some of the forms that you will fill when you enter the country, you will use your hand to fill it. I'm not going to have sex if I am not married. If I'm not here with my partner, I'm not going to have sex. I just advise now. It's just like going to Dubai and you say you want to do WhatsApp video call. You know that's like one of the most difficult things to do in Dubai. So I'm just telling you people ahead. Say either if you don't want us first. I'm just telling you people now. Even me with here, so I might go to Qatar, but that's not really part of why I travel. So it's not part of the day. Well, it's unless miracle happen, we're not going to Morocco again. This is going to be like the very first time in my life that I'm having a visa that I'm not using. Never, ever gone to apply for a visa, then get a visa, and then I don't travel. But this is going to be the first time because we couldn't raise the required $150,000 that we need to prosecute what we want to prosecute, and we don't want to be a liability on the NFF. I always say that when we do our work, we don't go there and ask the NFF to take care of our bills. I mean, it's something that I've always criticized, and I'm not sure we're ready to ever fall into that category. So we couldn't raise that money. We got our visas, but unfortunately, the funding that we're expecting didn't come true. We're not going to go to Morocco. The Falcons, I know that people say, oh, because it's the women. People don't always give women the coverage that they desire. The thing is, it's easy to sit in the bleachers and talk about the game and say people who don't know what they are doing. But the truth is, in today's Nigeria, raising a fund is very, very difficult. And in the job that we do, funding is mad, it's expensive, it is hard to get that funding. Okay, so when you speak to people who will give you funds, somebody can say, "Oh yes, no problem, I'll send it to you." I'll send it to you might take 1 year, so you got to be patient and wait. And sometimes it doesn't even come at all. Especially now that football is not really looking beautiful in Nigeria. The fact that the Super Eagles didn't go to the World Cup means that a lot of people are turned off when you mention football, any football business to them. And you can't go and lie to your investor. You can't tell them you want to do something else when you want to do football. So you've got to be very, very honest and show them all the paperwork and everything about it. Unfortunately, that's the reason why we're not going to be able to go to Morocco. And the visa is just going to be there on the passport. That 3 months visa is just going to be there on the passport. No value. Okay, I might decide to go later anyway. I might decide if I'm able to raise fund on my own, I might just go and see the tournament and come back. That's a different conversation. Okay, that's a different conversation. But right now, as a production team, as an outfit going to the World Cup, unless somebody out there want to raise the money for us on a 10% interest, I don't think we're going to make it to the African Women Cup of Nations. So, and also the African Footballer of the Year award ceremony. So we're going to sit back here and enjoy our time. Having said that, let's do the show and do the show the way we normally would do it. If you want to send in a message on WhatsApp, you know how to go about it. It is 07025000069. And if you want to call, it's the same number, 07025000069. You can drop in a chat on YouTube. You can drop in the chat on Instagram, and then you can also drop in the chat on Facebook. If you have anything to say, this is the time to drop it, because the earlier it comes, what makes it sad is sometimes towards the end of the show, you now see messages coming in, and then somebody will send you a message later. I dropped a message, you didn't read it on the show. Please, let's not have that. So if you're there, let's get the show started as early as possible, please. Okay, already on the YouTube channel, we have Daniel Abanom. He said, "Good morning, good morning to you, Lord Mayor. Say greetings, my boss. Good morning to you." And he said, "Boss, my question is, World Cup for basketball women, will they be there now? The government has left the band, they will not be there because Nigeria have been replaced already. And those people who were defending the minister, that the minister wants to use this opportunity to develop our basketball. I hope you guys understand now that you were wrong from the very get-go, and it is very, very obvious now that you were wrong." Okay, so yesterday, Erik Johnson sent this message, but I guess it came in very, very late, or I didn't see it at all. He said, "Thank you, greetings to those of you listening on the mobile app. We are always hard off." Okay, sorry. Yesterday, someone said that the Eastern people are the major reason Peter Obi will not win the presidential election, as they are Judas election. Please, what do you say? I'm coming to that. And this one came from, let me see who sent that message. Okay, it's Peter, we're not there. Peter, we're not there. Okay, that's it. He said, "I can't say if Newcastle had made a deal with the EPL not to destroy the market structure, but one thing that is clear is that Newcastle prides themselves as the best natural supporter fan base in England, and they are hiding behind the hypocrisy of what they have accused both Chelsea and City before now. They don't want to make those statements, players signing that, until they have one leg in Europe, be it Conference or Europa League, for them to be seen as they work their way up traditionally, instead of the quick money rush. Remember how there was so much backlash when Newcastle fans wore the Arab attire when the Saudis took over, because the media are deliberate to still hold on to the precious traditional club. Sorry. What I know is Newcastle won't be able to keep to those charades if they don't progress to Europe. I agree with you. That's bouncing off from yesterday anyway, but I just thought I should read it because yesterday we didn't get to read them. Okay. I said those girls no go happy at all. Our sport is dead under this government. Well, it is what it is. The girls are not going to the FIBA championship. The Morocco have invested money in preparing their team. I don't know if they are going to change. We're still looking at the situation. Nigeria have actually written to FIBA to see if they can change. But the world does not revolve around us, okay? The world does not revolve around our stupidity and our foolishness. So if we decide to be foolish, some other people will take advantage. That's exactly what is happening. Poetry Doctor says, good morning, sir. Elevator One of Africa. I'm so angry with Buhari for robbing. It's not Buhari. Don't put Buhari in the conversation. Don't be deceived. Buhari did not do anything. The minister is your lying minister. Think about it. The Buhari that does not even remember whether a church was attacked and burned. The Buhari that does not react when major thing happens is the one that will all of a sudden, Buhari is writing a letter that the NFL should hold the election in September. All of a sudden, Buhari is saying that we should withdraw from basketball for 2 years. To what end? Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't put Buhari in this conversation. It's Sunday. Let the box stop on Sunday diary. You can't. This one is on Sunday diary. He's the one that bought our Tokyo Olympics. He's the one that messed up this basketball team. He's also doing a whole lot to destroy the sports before he leaves. So it's got absolutely nothing to do with Buhari. There are things you blame Buhari for. They appointed a minister, and the minister came in with his ego. He wanted to surround the whole place with his people. He came, he told us that he's trying to get some ex-international to write a roadmap for our football for the next 10 years. What has come out of that one? Just call them for a meeting, send them money to fly that. You know, these people who want to be validated, who just seek validity, right? They want to feel like, oh, I know Sondolise, I know this person, I know that person. They just bring all these people together, thinking that that's what makes them important. The office already makes you important. Now, it is not left for you to build a legacy with that office. But unfortunately, you know, not all Nigerians, but there are some Nigerians who are just like that. Bury your head, focus on the work. The things you're supposed to do is make the Abuja Stadium functional. Pursue policies instead of pursuing personal aggrandizement. But hey, we're Nigerians. This is the kind of thing that we do. So it's not a Buhari thing. It's all solidarity. There is no Buhari in this conversation. I would bet anything that Sunday Dari did not even go and sit with Buhari and say, oh, this is what I want to do. And since all this basketball news is going on, Buhari have not, I can tell you that Buhari have not heard. Buhari with all this plenty drama. Buhari is not in the midst of all of this one. I'm not going to sit here now and begin to trash Buhari for things where we say the man not do. Let's look at some of the sports story. Manchester United, just when you think, and the guy sitting next to me here is a Manchester United fan anyway, but I'm going to say it. And it is I don't like hot, young, fine, brilliant people, but I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. Cristiano Ronaldo is threatening to down tools at Manchester United. And the reason that he's doing that, when I told you guys last season that signing Cristiano Ronaldo was a problem, that it's going to stifle the team, but I don't know what I'm saying. Now he's threatening to down tools. Not only down tools, he's giving the club ultimatum, a club that employ you, a club that is paying your salary. He's giving them ultimatum that he's going to quit if they don't sign Mark, if they don't make Marquis signing. Because they were going for Darwin Nunez. All of a sudden, Nunez disappeared. They're talking about Frenkie de Jong and Antony now, and it does look like they might not sign them. So he says if they don't sign the player, now my question is the players in the team are they not footballers? Cristiano Ronaldo, you're not supposed to be a world-class players that will make these guys play. Okay? If they don't sign players, he will quit. Oh boy, if you want to quit, quit. You're the biggest problem in the team. That's just the truth. You're the biggest problem. The team ended the second, they brought you in, and then they end behind Arsenal. And Tottenham must come on, guy. Isn't the handwriting on the wall? Isn't it clear that you're the problem? Guy, leave. Okay? I know that Erik ten Hag is not bold enough, does not have the balls of Mikel Arteta to say, get out of the club, right? But if I have my will, if I am Erik ten Hag, this is the best time to come out and make a statement. So you want to go, bye-bye, go. I don't even need you in the first place. Erik ten Hag is not a superstar coach. He's not a coach that coaches superstars. He's not a Zidane. He doesn't have a playing career that will make anybody respect him. The best thing is for him to tell him to go take some players from the academy, then sign the players he wants to sign from and then tell the Man United fans the truth. Guys, nobody's going to come perform miracle overnight and make you guys world-class team. The people in front of you, they are better than you right now. If you want to take it, take it. If you want to take it, F off. Okay? And then he does his job and does it well. The good thing with being a coach today is, if you like, you sack me, in short, you pay me more when you sack me than when I work the whole contract. So if they like, they sack him and then they bring somebody else again, that's how they will go for 600 years without achieving anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, it's just what it is. Okay, so I mean, it's not like I just want to rub it in, but Cristiano Ronaldo ultimatum. Man United's number 7 is ready to quit Old Trafford unless new signings starts to arrive. With interest in Darwin Nunez, don't go Liverpool. Frenkie de Jong and Antony failing to bear fruit. Okay, sorry. you know that there was this thing that was happening at Arsenal back in the day where you will hear Arsenal wants to sign Higuain, they want to sign Suarez, they want to sign it, but then they will end up signing Yaya Sanogo. It does look like, nah, that's what Manchester United is looking like. I'm sorry. If you're a Chelsea fan, brace yourself for this one. This headline is not good. Chelsea informed Her Majesty's Royal Crown and the FA of an issue with the club's tax affairs before the recent 4.25 billion pounds takeover. Now, my problem here is who didn't do their due diligence well before jumping into this kind of business transaction. That's one. Two, the tax people in England, are they actually doing their job properly, that they don't understand all of this, that these new owners now have to be the ones that will come and make a report? Well, like you guys always think that there's no corruption abroad. This does look like a Malami kind of this does look like our Antony General kind of video. This, I mean, I don't even know, but it does look like a Nigerian kind of thing. So maybe we'll learn from them. But whatever it is, before the 4.25 billion pounds takeover, with new owners having identified an area of concern in accounts filed under the Roman Abramovich regime. Okay, what could they push out the goal like that? Small. Orlando Magic, makes a surprise first pick with Paulo Banchero in the NBA draft as Britain's Jeremy Sochan is also selected in the top 10 by San Antonio Spurs as 9th choice, as it hangs out with PSG star Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe was busy hooping, like putting in a hope, like, okay, you think I can't play basketball? I got some mad skills. He was doing that. Okay, senior figures at Chelsea, while some people at the account people are battling with the tax and all that stuff, senior figures at Chelsea are saying, guys, Thomas Tuchel, or whatever your name is, please go and take the small money in your hand, go and sign Everton's forward, Richarlison. You see, how you know that things are beginning to go bad is when a club that normally would sign top of the line players and now beginning to sign bottom of the line players. You know that something is not really right. Now Chelsea wants to dig out of the pit. Man City went to go get Haaland. What's it called? Liverpool went to get Darwin Núñez. The best that they could do at Chelsea is Richarlison, that will play 6 games and get injured and go away for 20 games. Okay, no problem. I wish them very well. Chelsea fans, I know that Chelsea fans are playing. Tell the pressures on us. Pressures now will come and give me statistics that I don't know and tell me that, oh, this guy, when he plays, anytime he plays, rain does not fall in the world. The Arctic ice will be frozen. The polar bears will be better. Pressures on us, you come and give me all these statistics now. Please, I'm waiting for you. But it's Richarlison. Let me go bring, get on the microphone. I'm tired of it. Let me bring you on board now. Before Seko will do his thing. Wait, Abib, I know you're a Man United fan.
Yeah.
But you also have followed Chelsea and see how Chelsea went from not so good to the beast, as in the beast of European football and the beast of English football, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that in the last 2 windows, coming into this window, this is the same Chelsea you used to know?
No. I think for me, it's quite clear. The owners of the club actually dictate the policies and the ambition of that club. When Roman was there, it was very clear. He wanted to win. He wanted to win everything.
Yep.
Now you're seeing the new owners now. Their ambition, you see the ambition from the kind of players they want to sign, from going from the likes of signing Lukaku for 100 million to signing players like Richarlison. So the owners of the club actually dictate the ambition of the club. So it's very clear what the owners of the club want. And the Americans are always after the profit. No American owner will come in and be like, oh, let's go for all the trophies. So this is the new reality for Chelsea fans. It's just like Manchester United. And Chelsea fans have to accept that reality. They are going to turn into the new Manchester United.
Capture this young man. Hi. Siko. Jeez. Young man in the building, I'm talking to you. This is the part where he captured this young man. He's a good analyst. Okay, so let's bring back Manchester United. Manchester United are owned by Americans.
Yeah.
They went from the most powerful club in England and somewhere in Europe to what they are now.
Exactly.
Chelsea was owned by a European, a Russian.
Yeah.
They went from a regular average English club to the most powerful club in England, and then one of the most powerful club in Europe.
Yeah.
Arsenal went from almost getting to become a power block to be owned by an American, and we saw what they turned it into.
Yeah.
The Americans coming to the EPL, in your own opinion, and you're a Manchester United fan, and for those of you on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, you might not see Habib now, but I'm sure you'll see him later. As a young man who showed up, and we've got a story. We'll talk about that story later, but let's talk football first, okay? Do you think that the Americans are coming to destroy the game in England and just investing money? We just said that the Glazers are taking 11 million. Not like it's big money anyway, but they are taking 11 million for Manchester United when they've not even signed players. They've not even put in any money in terms of investment. What do you think of the Americans coming into the Premier League?
So it's not like white and black. It's capitalistic venture. So like how will I put it? Football needs money, and it's not like there is truth or there is like falsehood to it. So the Americans are more interested in making profits. They don't understand the English culture. They don't understand football as we average fans see football. They only see football as, okay, there's money to be made there.
Yeah.
So let's go there and invest. They don't care about the number of European titles we've won or the history of the club or the tradition of the club. They are just interested.
But it really doesn't mean anything to them. Let's be honest.
It really doesn't mean anything to them. And this is where you question the English FA or people interested and people regulating football in England. You see this kind of business coming into your football, and you are doing nothing to stop it. Yeah, doing nothing
because of the bilateral relationship that exists between America and England. It's almost impossible. You would rather have that, or would you have Saudi money, Qatar money, and Russian money? So they're trying to say, okay, we'd rather have clean money. And I've always said that there's no billionaire with a clean money.
You can create excuses for maybe the English FA, but in the German league, you see the 50+1 rule, where fans are the say into what the future of the club decides.
English people are too poor. English people are too English. You know that the English public are like Nigerians.
Yeah.
They pretend like they have what they don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, so we learned that from them anyway. English people are too poor, too lazy to even get the 50+1 rule will not work in England. Like, let's be very honest. They would set the whole stadium ablaze. See, English have the most touts in the world. They have like crazy people. If those fans believe that they have 49% of the club, they'll want no. Those people. See, for that one, I'm with the English FA. For that one, I mean,
but there's a way you can regulate an influx of foreign investors in your country. And
the economy will collapse.
No. There's a way you can and probably set the tone. Like, you can't just buy into a big club like Manchester United and just turn it into like an average club overnight. Ever since the Glazers have bought Manchester United, we've seen a steady decline in Manchester United on-field performances. Same as Arsenal. Same as even Liverpool. It's because of their model, and Liverpool is just like an outlier, an exception.
Yeah.
And it's because of they have good data analysts or good recruitment, and they have a good coach. So Liverpool is the only exception. Even Liverpool, there's still a limit to how much they can spend. So the Americans are only interested in making profits. So it's they don't understand the ambition of a club. So there are some owners like maybe Roman. Roman just wants to win. Roman doesn't care about the loss. You can see from Chelsea's revenue, they've been losing money steadily for the past few years now. And you can see this, like let's say the Qataris, the ambition, sports wash.
Yeah,
they want to launder the image of the club, of their country. So they will invest any amount of money to make it look as if.
But you know that sports watch thing that we always talk about. I always say that it's the British media that cook up that to satisfy their narrative. What's sports watch? What does it really mean? You think that because they're investing money in sports, the image of their country is going to be laundered? The image of their country is still the image of their country. They are who they are. The thing is, the British people will take your money and label you whatever they want to label you and do whatever. But let me take some messages from Facebook. Ogunfaya Maria says, bad days ahead at Chelsea. These Chelsea fans should know. For me, no exception. Richard Tweje says, how on earth would Barca want to pay that amount of money for Lewandowski. Lewandowski is a goal scorer, he's a goal scoring machine. So that's why. I think that's too much for a player of that age. Because Bros, Vendo, I greet you especially, and I greet you too. So people are reacting. Let me bring you on board on this one. People are reacting to Barcelona wanting to sign Lewandowski, and the money is getting almost to 50 million euros. What do you think for his age and the problems that Barcelona have got? But before you answer that, let me read some of the messages that we have on the YouTube live stream. I want to say massive shout out to Dr. Shemode Mutalib Ayodele in who all the way in Pakistan is doing training there and has helped us to get some wonderful guys to do shout out for us all the way from Pakistan. Thank you very much. Lord Mayor say, boss, question is World Cup. Okay, no, I think we'll pass that one. Akimbola Lanre says, good morning, Edafe. Good morning to you. We are in for a great show today. Yes, we are. Lord Mayor, those guys no go happy at all. Our sports is dead under this government. And then Lord Mayor want to say, man, you signing go hard, but they go sign the young. Okay, Additional Former says, good morning, Elevator. Good morning to you. Lord Mayor said, we should see cheap for them now. Okay. And then Lord Mayor said, American owners destabilize spending for Say they destabilize spending for football. Okay. Additional Former said, Liverpool is the only club owned by American owners that is progressing. They have somehow run it differently from the other American owners. Was worried from day one when they put in their bid. We'll watch. So I think what happened with Liverpool was the Moneyball principle. So FSG believed in the Moneyball principle that worked in the NFL. And they decided, you know what, let's apply that principle of analytics and data to get in the players. If they're the quality players for not too expensive money, and they are able to live up to the standard, well, good. And, they brought in a coach whose leadership style is getting everybody to be a leader. So the difference between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, for instance, is the fact that with Pep Guardiola, there's one leader and then a lot of followers, which is not bad. Yeah. Which is, people try to look at it like it's bad. No. Your way is your way, my way is my way. Your way can be good and my way can be good. I don't always think that we always need to say, oh, the Pep way is not good and then the Klopp way is good.
There's one way of
There's no one way of leadership. For Jurgen Klopp believes that I'm going to make everybody responsible. Everybody is a leader. And if I say, go through the wall, but there is a zombie-ish way to that, okay? Also with the Pep way, because when you have a very strong leader...
That's why Zlatan called Pep Guardiola's mentors or players zombies. Like, they only do what he says, and there's no if or buts of doing it. You just do what Pep says.
But so from where I'm coming from my football school, my football understanding, the coach is law. It's not a democracy per se. Yeah. What Zlatan wanted in Barcelona, let's be very honest, it's not practicable. This older Zlatan, I will not try that. What Zlatan was a loose cannon. Now, I'm a fan of Zlatan. I played in Sweden. I love the guy. But there is something we all have to agree. Zlatan may say all those things. He might feel disappointed that, Barcelona was his dream club and they kicked him out of the club and he holds Pep responsible for all of that decision. But let's be very, very honest here. What Pep and Barcelona was building at the time was bringing players from the academy. These players that were signed from top of the line club, bringing players from the academy and grooming them in a particular kind of way. Another thing that people didn't understand, or people like Zlatan would never understand, was that Barcelona is a Catalonian club. And this was an era where Catalonia was seeking their own independence. They didn't want players that would come in and portray an identity that's not because the whole Catalonian independence was built around the club called Barcelona. So they needed to be very, very noiseless, very quiet, very seamless, pending the time where they are free. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because the European Union didn't support them, and some people were arrested and taken to jail. But asking that players should not fall in line with what the coach wants, until Zlatan becomes a coach, you might not understand. Exactly. You understand? So because when you want to do the things that you mind, a rebel is a rebel. But until you get into the position of leading, when you flip from, and Mandela is a very good example. And let me explain what I Mandela. When Mandela was a freedom fighter, was a rebel, the woman he needed in his life was another rebel, right? Winnie Mandela. When Mandela was coming out of prison, and this is the woman that has stuck with him all these 27 years that he's been in prison. When it was time for Mandela to become the president of the country, but Winnie had not cut off the cloth of rebel, what's it called? What's that word called? Somebody that is always leading protests. Activism, right? Winnie had not realized that, okay, we have changed side. He divorced Winnie. And what did he do? He went to go and marry the wife of a former Mozambican president. You know why? Because that woman understands the ethics of diplomacy, how to entertain governors, president, leaders. That if you judge it from one angle, you say that Mandela was wicked, was ungrateful, right?
Was not loyal.
Yeah, wasn't loyal. But narrative is narrative. They make Mandela look like he's the greatest man alive, he's the best. Everything about Mandela is fantastic. But it's not true, right? But we're not even going to go into that one. So when Zlatan is talking from a player perspective. Zlatan one day, now he now owns the club, 50% of the club, Hamadi. One day is going to either want to coach or as the owner of the club, would he love to have a player like him in his team? I'm not
Doubt that. But because some players are self-centered and they only look at, okay, I want to score goals, I want to do this, I want to do that, they fail to realize the job of a coach and the job of others around them.
Yeah.
So I think even recently, when he spoke he's now beginning to understand that, okay, it's not about me, it's about the team, it's about the Milan team, it's about the players, it's about giving them support. Even though you are not playing, you can't be the old Zlatan that you were, being self-centered and just being focused on scoring goals and all that selfish ambition. But now it's about the team. But I won't really fault players because the older they progress, the more they come to the realization that these things that I used to
less of me, more of the team.
Yeah, less of me, more of the team.
So Quintin said, good morning, boss. I beg updates on Chelsea. I beg there's not much update to give on Chelsea right now. Chelsea are all over the place. The new owners, Bruce Bock has left. Mariana Granovska have also left. There is actually nobody to hold the fort for them. So they need to get those kind of people. But what I hear from the grapevine is that they're also looking for people. One, they're trying to poach that guy from Liverpool that helps Liverpool to do all their scouting and the rest. But then they're also trying to get some people. Another plan that they put forward that I don't think that might happen. They were trying to go get Peter Kenyon back, who started the
I'm also hearing rumors about Ed Woodward.
I'm also hearing that rumor of Ed Woodward, but I'm wondering if that's going to happen. But then Ed Woodward is the kind of guy who would bring in a lot of sponsors.
As a Manchester United fan, I pray that happens for them. Like I want, or whatever I felt as a Manchester United fan.
No, that's not going to happen to Chelsea.
No,
now, they can bring in Ed Woodward, but they are not going to suffer what you guys suffered at Manchester United. You know what? No, let me explain that. Man United didn't suffer because of Ed Woodward. Man United suffered because of Silas Ferguson. So Sir Alex had created built a castle in the air. Now, because of how powerful he was, nobody was seeing the problem. It's like guarding a city with a dragon. When that dragon is young and strong and virile and active, it's fine. But don't forget that dragon will grow old. Yeah. While you're using just that one dragon, which is Silas Ferguson, to guard the city, the other cities around were building armies, were building structures, were getting ready. It's like Lord's Mobile. A time is going to come when that dragon will become very weak and not strong enough. So I'll be like, do you play Lord Mobile? I don't play Lord Mobile, but it doesn't mean I don't know shit about it. So get out of here and stop acting like what's with the Lord Mobile thing. So I think Silas Ferguson did not allow, when Silas Ferguson came into that Manchester United, there were football director, there were a lot of people, chairman, board, and all those people. Silas Ferguson systematically erased them. He had the African leader mentality. In Mozambique, he Robert Mugabe Manchester United. He commandeered Manchester United to himself, eliminated all those people. Mm-hmm. Signing of players is by phone call. You call Sir Alex, and I've seen one player here, the way you sign Baby. Yeah, exactly. I see this player is good, or we go and play a match and somebody plays well against Manchester United, you're signing the player already. And sacking of players, and let's just say text message, you are out of the club. That's what they did to Rakim, that's what they did to Ruud van Nistelrooy, Stam, David Beckham, even Cristiano Ronaldo.
But Sir Alex is part of the problem, not the problem.
It's the major problem. It's the major problem. Just the same way Arsene Wenger is the devil that put us now where we are. Thank God for Arteta is trying to save us. So at the end of the day, with Chelsea, they don't have that kind of discombobulated structure. They still have a structure.
But the structure was what Abramovich built.
Yes.
And
the exit.
The two pillars have left.
Now that's the thing. That's the reason why I said Ed Woodward coming is not going to repeat Man United. You know why? Because that exit where Mariana is living, somebody's going to feel it.
Yeah.
Where Bruce Buck is living, somebody's going to feel it. Ed Woodward is going to come feel somewhere. But Man United didn't have any place to fill. So they had gone like that for like 10, 15 years. So it was a narrow strait that everybody, it's like building a runway in an international airport in Ado Ekiti.
Yeah.
Maybe one plane once in a year. That's what you have.
Exactly.
And then comparing it to Dubai, where every 3 minutes there's a plane landing or taking off. You understand?
But you are in a position of power, like Ed Woodward. We were there for like 10 years.
He came to fix the problem.
But you were there for 10 years and you didn't correct any of those mistakes.
Because he was a marketing guru. Ed Woodward is a marketing. Do you realize that in the 10 years of Ed Woodward, Manchester United made more money than the 26 years of Sir Alex Ferguson? Because he was good at bringing in deals.
I don't buy that.
No, the sponsorship. See, listen.
Manchester United is a big club, so it's easy for anybody to leverage on that fact that they're a big brand to make money.
Why is AC Milan not leveraging on that? They're not a big club. Barcelona is, I don't know, bigger than Manchester United. Why are they not leveraging on that? See, you have to have somebody who can walk into the room and talk to people. Yeah. So now, when I was a presenter in Brilla, let me tell you this. When I was a presenter in Brilla, I thought that bringing in money was easy. After all, we're doing the talking on the radio. So why can't the money come in? Now I'm a CEO of a business and, partner in another company. And we'll see. We're not going to Morocco now because of small $150,000. It's that small, right? In the scheme of things. I remember just January here, we raised in one night, $300,000. Now it's different. So you've got to understand that sometimes all you need is to have people in the room speaking. It's not because of you.
But it's easier if you have the name.
If you have
the name.
I do not agree because last year I bidded against seven of the biggest media company from a company that's just been registered that have not done anything, and we won.
You have the track record.
No, my track record have nothing to do with people. How can you put my track record against a multi-choice? You can't put my track. My track record is nothing compared to multi-choice, Telegraph. No, you can't. But guess what? I have somebody in the room. So it's always important. I cannot discredit Ed Woodward because he brought in all of these American companies to come and sponsor your business. Those guys don't give a hoot about what you do, but our guy. Last 3 months ago, I have a conversation with somebody in Nike, and it was a business conversation. And she said something that was very, very instructive. She said, listen, if I leave this office, and she's leaving now, if I leave this office, Nigeria may not get Nike again because I have been the one responsible for Africa for the last couple of years, and my kids. Now, this is the reason why Nigeria have Nike. My kids loves Nigeria. Your Kosha, your Mokachi, and the rest of them, and they always want to wear. No, she's not. She's white. She's from Switzerland. But they always want to have the Kosha jersey, the Amokachi's jersey, and so Nigeria was the thing. Part of the 2018 old design was part of the children. They love Nigerian music as well. That's the funny thing. The funny, crazy thing. They've never been to Nigeria, but they love Nigerian. And because of that woman, we've got all those Nike support. Now she's leaving. But she's not going to another kit manufacturing company. And coincidentally, we didn't qualify for the World Cup, right? In all of this small thing, this small moment, that woman made it possible for my camera crew to go to the Netherlands and capture the meetings inside the Nike office and all the discussion because I was thinking we were going to qualify for World Cup. We were also supposed to. Because of that, if I qualified for World Cup, Nike would have given my company $300,000. Now we don't have that money. My point is, you need to have somebody on this side. Sometimes it's not about track record. It's just about somebody who's on the inside who likes what you're doing and who's speaking on your behalf. And it's very, very important. Even in the God structure, is that not what the Holy Spirit does? Yeah. So you need to have somebody on the inside, and that's Ed Woodward's job. And he came in to make the club like that. He didn't realize that he needed to change the structure. Because if he does, people will say, why is he changing the structure? This structure is working. And this was silence when I say use this structure to win all this title. Why are you changing it? If it's not broken, you don't fix it. Until you start realizing, now they are realizing, okay, something is wrong with this structure. Something is wrong.
And it took them 10 years to realize that.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. Nigeria, we're just realizing that say Baba is not say Baba. It's taking us 7 years, going to the 8th one. Okay, but they do not all come out and say this is the guy, this is the man of integrity. Where's integrity today? Sometimes you don't realize something early enough. I understand your young mind's like, oh, that's Barcelona, something like that. Okay, let's go back to the messages on the stream. Emmanuel Okota is a good example with Winnie and Mandela. Thank you very much, bros. One day I used this example somewhere, and people who were madly in love with Mandela didn't see what I was saying. They turned on me. I said, but it's a fact. Okay, but
same as Gandhi too.
Yeah, Gandhi did the same thing. But people don't understand this whole. It takes a whole lot. Yeah, my uncle, God bless his soul, the late Otota Shifsido will say there's the way you speak to educated people is different from the way you speak with illiterate. So you've got to understand your audience before you open your mouth. You might be saying something good and still get beaten by.
Even the use of language itself, like I've noticed the trend of the way educated people speak English, or even their native language, even Yoruba. You see the way educated people speak Yoruba, and you see the way the illiterate speak Yoruba. There's like a gulf.
Massive gulf.
Yeah.
It's a massive gulf. And sometimes you just have to, like, my former chairman will say, chop life, sharp rice, live soon. Okay. Johnson Akingboye, say good morning, boss. Good morning. How is transfer news about Barcelona, Dembele, Lewandowski, and others? Is there? I'm going to come to the transfer gist. I'm getting to it. Emmanuel Okonta, I said the difference between Ferguson and Arsene was the former was able to intimidate the refs to win EPL Cups, while the latter did not command that authority. Yeah, I understand that. He said, I concur. Your network is your network. Align yourself with the right people, and you can do great things even when you don't have the money. Okay. So now let's shift gear to why you are here. So yeah, a couple of days ago, and I saw this. When did you send it to?
Tuesday.
On Facebook or so?
No,
Instagram. Now I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages every single day. People my brother is in the hospital, my mother is sick, my this is that. Now, one of the things that I've come to realize there, I don't know. I'm going to ask you. You follow me, right?
Yeah, I do.
Do I put out a signal that I'm rich? Do I paint this picture? Because I might not know.
I'm also in that situation. So people think I'm rich.
You do look rich. You do look rich. But I just want to know, do I put out a signal that I'm a rich person?
To the average Nigerian, you're well traveled. You've been to almost, I don't know, how many countries?
52.
52.
So that doesn't make you richer.
You don't.
No, so I've been traveling. I've been traveling since I was 3 months old. That's something that people need to understand. The traveling was not a yesterday experience. Like you could say I'm practically born traveling, right? So it doesn't really connote that I'm rich, but it just connotes that I have opportunities
to travel.
Yeah.
How many people can travel?
So this argument is I'm not going to survive this argument. But that doesn't mean I'm.
But you give off rich vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
Please, can somebody teach me how to give poor vibes? Because it might just be the reason why people are not helping me. Like I don't get help. No, but I've asked people for help before. Like, I bet my friend will sit down. You understand? Yeah. But I'm freaking dying, right? So I got this message, guys. Listen to this. I hardly get this type of message, but sometimes I do. He said, "Good morning, Mr. Edafe. Good morning. I sent a DM to you on Twitter. Your hacked account 4 years ago. Okay, certain how much I look up to you. I was still at the university then. You gave me good advice to always read more books than any individual. I took that advice well, and it paid off. Since then, I have gone to work for my university radio station, Lasso Radio, as a sports analyst, and I intend in Coca-Cola bottling company. Oh, I have a friend on Desmond, sorry. And during my service here, I was a football commentator in camp.
Yeah,
really? That's nice. I also worked as the president / co-editor for the editorial team in my NYC in Oyo State. Next month, I will be going to Indiana University to pursue my PhD in microbiology. I'm grateful for your advice, and you played a huge part in my success story. I would like to meet you and talk to you before I leave the country and learn from your experience on how you coped as a foreigner in another country. Also talk about football at length. I also don't mind being on your show. So this is how you came to this show now, right? Okay, so you're on the show. Let's have a talk about this your message. 4 years ago, honestly speaking, I didn't remember. And I get this type of messages a whole lot. Some I remember because of how like very, very deep it was. Like one guy who left school because of autism problem. I can't see the guy again, but left school because of autism problem, but he was still sending the signal to his parents that he was in school. Yeah. Rusticated. I told him, you have to go back to your dad, tell him the truth, but also promising that you're going to go back, start afresh, write your wife, go back to school. And as God will have it, this was way, way back. It was, for me, that was like one of my, dealing with strangers could be very, very difficult when you talk to Habib Ayodeji Ogoyemi. Let's hear what was happening with you in school then, because you don't look like a rough boy. You look like have it all put together from a decent home. What was happening to you in school that got you so distracted and all that?
Oh, okay. I wanted to study medicine back then. I wanted to study medicine back then in school, and it didn't work out, so I got microbiology. So while in class, because before getting admission, I used to listen to you on Brilla FM, especially sport on the go. I think my morning routine was like I'll wake up early in the morning, as early as 6 a.m. and I'll listen to radio till 10 p.m. The big sports breakfast show. Yeah, the big sports breakfast show, and the act tackle. Then you move on to the fans assembly.
The show that I hate the most, act tackle. Jesus Christ, she is useless.
So from the fans assembly, you move on to sports on the go. So it was like you can wake up in the morning and you be on Brilla from 6 in the morning to like 12 a.m.
Oh, that good.
Yeah, that's good then. So
I'm off in the evening.
Exactly.
That nigga is crazy.
So I used to listen.
I miss him.
Exactly, yeah. So I used to listen to your show. So when I gained admission, it became very, very difficult to keep up with. Not something I used to like all your life. You used to listen to radio, and you find it difficult to actually listen to something. You have classes, you have lectures as early as 7 a.m. Even sports on the go, which I really like. I found it difficult to listen to it. So it became very, very difficult to adjust. So I think I struggled a bit. I kind of struggled because my expectations for my academics was to really be the best I can be, but I was finding it difficult because of the change of environment and so.
Yeah.
So I think when I joined Twitter in 2018, I was very, very skeptical about social media because I didn't really like the way it was portrayed. So, but when I joined in 2018, I was like, no, I have to message you first. The first person that I have to message, and I look up to you, and I sent that message to you. So when you gave me that advice, it gave me the needed motivation to pursue my academics fully, and I think I really did well. Like before messaging you, it was very, very difficult, but after messaging you, it became very easy for me to focus on my books, on my studies, and so.
Well, I'm grateful to God that that used me as a bridge to one very, very difficult patch. But looking at it now, do you look back and say, okay, thank God you read? Because now, man, you did spend time in the lounge here, and then you're already carrying one of the biggest books in our office library. I was like, okay, that's an addiction. I've seen people come here, spend 4, 5, 6 hours, right? They don't even remember that. They don't even see that these books, as many as those books exist. Okay, these ones, I know them by their fruit. I know them. That's what Bible talk. So sometimes, do you not agree with me that nothing is hard if you choose to come into it?
Exactly.
I know you're going to do your PhD. You are just 24. By the time you're 26, you are up there already. What value are you going to add to society? Because society has been giving you all your life. Now, when you're done with your PhD, are you going to come back? And because almost everybody who get doctorate, who get one major degree out of Nigeria, is I'm sorry guys, I'm going to say this, but it is what it is. The only people that come out with big degrees in Nigeria, the only thing they do is penis enlargement. I hope that's not what you're going to do, because you need to make impact. Okay, so this is my belief. I'm an academician too, but this is my belief. The doctorate degrees and PhDs that Nigerians get, and people will be angry with me, especially Nigerians abroad, will be angry with me. But they are useless as far as I'm concerned. Most time when I meet somebody, I say doctor. So I say, are you a medical doctor? Say no. Academic doctor. This one is useless. You should have that money you spent is waste. Because to me, most Nigerians spend that money to become a doctor just to be introduced a doctor or to put PhD as a title. I hope that's not what
For me, I don't even like the doctor title itself. Maybe because I did study medicine, I found it very. I think I grew a bit of hatred towards the word doctor. So even when I've completed my PhD, I don't want to be addressed as doctor. For me, doing a PhD is to become a better individual. There are some programs in microbiology which I hope to tackle in area of pathogenesis, which is a key area in Nigeria. Microorganisms cause diseases and how they transfer diseases from one organism, from one individual to another. So that's the area I'm going to focus on. So the aspect of being a PhD is to understand basic fundamental questions and molecular questions like, why does this organism do this? Why does it do that? And it's very useful. It transcends from health to the industry,
human behavior,
to human behavior,
society.
So it's like I'm trying to learn more about this thing to help the society become better.
That's the answer that I'm looking for. Like somebody says, "Look, I'm going to get this of a problem."
Yeah.
Don't go get it because you want to
Because
have
of
a
the
title. Like I have 3 kids and I'm already drumming it on them that don't go to school because you want to have a title.
Exactly. And for me, it's going to be a very, very stressful period because the PhD is 5 years in the US.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a very, very stressful period. So if you are not passionate about what you are doing, you probably find it very, very difficult to cope.
Well, people out there, this is 24-year-old man. You're kind. Young people out there, this is your kind talking to you. Because sometimes when we speak, it's you guys are old, you don't know anything, shut up. And we've learned how to shut up and drive. There's even multiple music about that one, shut up and drive. Okay? But one of yours is talking to you now. I think you should listen to what he's saying. I have a friend. I think it's when you say I don't have too many people that I can call my best friend, but this guy is the kind of guy that would take a bullet for me. Dr. Mutali Ayodele Shobode, he's got my back. He's got me like this is the guy. If I'm doing this today, it's the first person who called me and said, "Guy, it's time. You're too good right now at this stage. It's about time you start your own." That was 2013. 2013. So it's about time you start doing your own. And then 2014 reminded me again, say one day they'll clone you. I've been around enough. One day they'll clone you, you'll be useless. Go and do your own thing. I was like, come on. You know how much it costs to do your own thing? It's in this town, nobody, no connection. He said, just try, just start. And he's been a very, very major space in Pakistan right now. And it's been like that kind of guy you can bank on. So I think that as you grow too, you need friends. And me, I don't believe it.
Your childhood friend, is he your childhood?
It's not my childhood friend. I got to know him in Lagos. I got to know him in Lagos. It was on my wedding in 2011. And when people take out their time, it was just my fan who became a friend, right? But this is the not too many people have access to my house. If you get access to my house, then you really are my friend. If you don't have access to my house, all those social media people call them, I'm your friend. Fool yourself. So that guy's got access to my house.
Is he the one that buys and they call him uncle?
No. That's Ediale Kingsley. Ediale Kingsley is trying to kidnap my children. That's Ediale Kingsley. Somebody is not that. No. My children don't call him uncle. He's there. I'm here. His family is in Sweden. He relocated from Nigeria. One of the best orthopedic doctors in Nigeria. Was formerly at Mobi and then he moved to Kano. It was the he was working at the Kano hospital and then he moved to Sweden with his family. They're doing fine and doing well, but it's everywhere. When I was in Dubai, he flew all the way from Sweden to come see me in Dubai. Wow. And then now he's in Pakistan doing 3 months. All those medical people who always do training every time. And that's what's doing. So let's look at the transfer gist that we got. Thank you very much, Habib, for coming. It's easy coming all the way from Ikorodu and being on time. I respect that. Many people say they want to come to the studio. The problem we always have is they come in late and they sit out there. I don't even let them come inside the studio because if you can't respect my time, I don't have value for you. Barcelona finally made a bid for Bayern Munich and Poland striker. He was 33 years old, which is worth in the region of 34 million pounds. That's 40 million euro. And Barcelona fans in Nigeria, whose the money is not coming from their account, are not feeling happy. I don't know why they're angry, but if Lewandowski for 40 million pounds just one season to score those goals that he scores, I'm going to be happy. But one of the things that I'm bothered about Barcelona is what happened to the Aubameyang that was buying hat-trick at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of January when he moved to Barcelona. All of a sudden, Nobody's talking about him anymore. Is it that it's not useful? Because they seem to be looking for a lot of strikers. I'm worried. Okay. Portugal's captain Cristiano Ronaldo, 37, is reportedly concerned about Manchester United transfer business under new manager and is considering quitting Old Trafford. Bye to dirty, good results to bad rubbish. Bayern Munich could make a move for Ronaldo if Lewandowski leaves them this summer. I mean, I wanted to say that how sweet and how convenient it is that Bayern Munich, Lewandowski is about to go to Barcelona, and all of a sudden Cristiano Ronaldo is preparing himself for that. Okay, does strike me now. He's won the Italian league, he's won the English league, he's won the Spanish league, he's going to win the German league now, and then the conversation again. Oh, Messi, I've now won that league. Tired of that. Manchester United have increased their bid for 25-year-old Barcelona midfielder Frenkie de Jong from a fixed 60 million euros, which is 51.5 million pounds, to 65 million euros, which is 55.8 million pounds. But the Spanish club wants a minimum of 75 million euros, which is 64. I think Manchester United should just pay this money and move on. They've got the money. The former agent of Neymar says the 30-year-old Brazilian forward has a dream to be a Champions League winner at Paris St-Germain and will not stop until he achieves it. Okay, I have a dream that my 3 little children one day will live in a land where they will not be judged by the color of their skin. They're still being judged now. Hey, as we go America, be careful. Black people are sacrificial lamb. They are sacrificial lamb in that place. Denmark midfielder Christian Eriksen, 30, is deciding whether to join Manchester United or stay at Brentford. Brentford are not offering him money they never thought they would offer anybody. And he's beginning to turn. He said, like, okay, in this club, I don't need to. I'm not going to be under too much pressure. Man United, everybody will talk about DNA, character, silence, blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't want to be that. Manchester United and France midfielder Pogba, this is safe for man, 29, has an agreement in principle to join Juventus on a free transfer from the month of July, according to Sky Italian. Okay, Chelsea will compete with Manchester United for Ayers and Brazil winger. Why does Chelsea like to sign a lot of wingers with the ones they already have that are not functioning? Antony, after holding talks with the 22-year-old representative, according to Football 365. Okay, Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham are exploring the prospect of signing Atletico de Madrid and Belgium winger Yannick Carrasco, useless player. That's a waste of money. Okay, this summer, after details of the 60 million euros release clause on his contract, nobody should bother about that one. Okay, France midfielder Rabiot wants to leave Juventus and join a Premier League club. And the story yesterday all over the place is that Arsenal is the team. And from the top, the fee could be between 50 to 20 million euros, which is about 13 to 17 million pounds. That's cheap money. But Rabiot is on his day. Is a killer. But the funny thing is, his days are always far in between. That's another Aaron Ramsey. I don't want to play on his day is good. I want a player that is good almost all the time. Okay, or a few days off. But this guy can be off for an entire season. On his day, he could wreck any opposition. But you don't want a player who his day. Okay, it's football. You get paid every week. If the club don't pay you on their day, they pay you every week.
And it comes with his mommy's drama.
Yes, that's my problem with Edward. See, I like him. He's a good ball juggler. He's a good midfielder. He's a marshal. But there's always that caveat on his day. I don't like that. Okay? Just as interested in 22-year-old Juventus and Netherlands centre-back Matthias de Ligt. And even Matthias de Ligt, I've also said he wants to leave. Juventus, what happened? Old lady is falling down now. Lyon have moved to sign Manchester United target Terrell Malacia, the 22-year-old Dutch international left-back currently plays for Feyenoord. Brighton are interested in Manchester City forward Liam Delap, the son of Rory Delap, who's used to throw long ball, okay, and could explore signing the 19-year-old on loan as part of talks with the Premier League champions regarding the sale of Spain defender Marc Cucurella. Please, they should do that deal. Manchester City are looking at a move for 29-year-old German goalkeeper Stefan Ortega, okay, who is available on a free transfer after his contract expired at Armenian Bielefeld. Leicester City could make a move for Rennes France midfielder Benjamin Bourgard, okay, with a 28-year-old likely to cost the Foxes a fee in the region of 8 million, which is chicken feet, okay? AC Milan are considering signing Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz. For a while now, they've been on this trail, so maybe they're close now. And 24-year-old Brazilian agent have traveled to the Italian club office to have a conversation. That's according to Tutto Mercato Web on the Italian side of town. Marcel wants to sign Portuguese defender Nuno Tavares 22 on loan, and I will consider the move if they can recruit in that position. So that's the size of the show. This lovely, amazing, and wonderful morning. I hope I didn't jump. I didn't skip anybody. And okay, so Maria, I have something to say. My Facebook darling. He said I can relate to the story in terms of being a good radio listener. You've been like you are my tattoo. This Maria is tattooed. I've not seen her also. Just me. Lord Mayor says. Okay, Tosi said, seeing the world is education in itself, and it's exposed you to so many and change your world view. Now I know why you are so blunt. You are doing great. Thank you very much, bros. Lord Mayor says Liverpool now of course you bought a player for 30 million and you sold for 35 at 30 years of age. Okay. Emmanuel Okonta, traveling is part of education. It exposes you to other cultures and way of life, and it also helps you to be patient. If you want to learn patience, traveling is one of the ways you learn how to be patient, and then you also understand humanity a whole lot. When I traveled to India, I understand that this thing we call traffic here is child play. And then I was in Mexico one time in Guadalajara. Okay, this thing we call traffic. Okay, don't worry. Rush hour in New York.
Yeah,
that's a story for another day. And this allow for my say success to your new challenge. Okay,
thank you very much.
Eze Patrick, he say come in late today. Sorry about that one. He say good morning. It's my birthday tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. You said it's still late too. I'd love to send you a cake. I don't know your direction. I don't know. No, I'm not sending. I'm not promising anything. Additional the last one we're going to say, so Bayern signed money to help their prospects. Ronaldo for Genge pressing. This guy is crazy. Bayern should be careful. They should not disrupt their dressing room. All right, I understand that. And then the gist coming from Mane camp is that the reason, and I want to believe it, but let me just say it for the fun of it. The reason why Mane left Liverpool is because Jurgen Klopp said that the African Cup of Nations is a small town. And Mane, whose ambition in the future is to be the president of Senegal, who's been spending all of his money to build his community in Senegal, give them light, give them water, give them road, give them schools, hospitals. What's there? And then the fans, his people spoke to him and told him that, look, his village people spoke to him and told him, leave Liverpool and go somewhere else. And somehow it also coincided with Bayern willing to pay him £250,000 a week. Now, to think about the fact that he spends about 50% of his money in the community, and more money means that he will save more and also spend more on those people, maybe everything worked. All things work together for good for the Senegalese people that love Sadio Mane. That's the way I see it. That's the size of the show today. Thank you very much. But before I go, do you have any message for people out there who listening to radio? Some people are afraid to jump into somebody's DM. How much courage did it take you to jump into somebody's total stranger's DM and ask for life questions?
I don't do that except if I look up to you.
Okay.
I don't jump into people's DM.
I can't. I say I'm the most scared person. I don't want to get into somebody's DM and then the person munch it and put it publicly.
I think I experienced something like that. There was someone I was looking up to. She also finished a doctorate degree, and I sent a long message to her because she finished from my university. And what this person did, she didn't reply at first. She said she screenshotted it and went to post it on her WhatsApp status. Okay, see what this person did.
Even me, I will need to take permission from you before I post what you send me out there, because you could sue me, right? Yeah, but people don't understand that somebody can sue you for doing that. Yeah. So you have to can I do this? Am I allowed to? And then you go and do it. But it's this part of the world I would live in. Me, if I'm looking up to you, Alibaba, I need to send him a DM. Nah, I go your office. I can take that embarrassment. My friend, get out of here. Go. Now let me. And whoever was there at that moment, I said, But putting that thing on social media might just wreck me up. So I'm very, very careful. My producer sister is 10 evil people. So we gotta go now. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you love what we're doing here, invite your friends so that this community can grow and grow. And as you're going to Indiana, please preach our gospel. Our time difference will be very, very much anyway. But whatever it is, thank you very much for coming the Elevated TV Radio neighborhood today. Yeah, thanks for sharing your story. And I wish you success in your pursuit for 5 or 6 or 7 years. And please don't take heed to the distraction. Forget the distraction. Focus on what you want. You're coming from Nigeria. You represent all of us now. Don't do something that will give this news flash for a negative reason. Give your parents reason to be happy that they gave birth to a child like you and they're investing in a child like you. Thank you very much. My name is Edafe Mathieu. You love to come in there and go to other spots. It's been a sports buffet. Siko, I've been here producing Siko Blade. Cecil Harry is his name, but he loves to go. He go by the money count. Siko Blade has been producing, and we've got Abib Ayodeji, right? Yeah. In the studio with us today, sharing beautiful story, and he's a fantastic analyst. And I don't know how microbiology mixed with sports, but whatever it is. But thank you very much for having us. Bye bye, and have yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye. Ooh, what a day!
Where is the stream for the YouTube? Is it the same one? Okay, this was true.